going on, y'all? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, and we are in week 19 of the Keto Contest Prep. This vlog, this video is going to be mostly all about my Keto Caloric Refeed, which took place today. So, little backstory here. I am 19 weeks into the contest prep. I'm at the lowest my calories have been thus far. Daily, I'm averaging, let's see here, pull up my macros. I'm hitting 1873 on the calories, so 1,873 calories, of which 147 grams are fat, 12 grams of total carbs, and 119 grams of protein. Now, I have continually lost body fats. I did pictures, measurements, all that stuff at the beginning of this week. According to the caliper test, I am at 5.86% body fats, according to the caliper test. I was at 164.7 pounds. Today, I hit an all-new low of 164.4. So everything is moving in the right direction there. However, I can tell that I'm a little bit more flat. I can tell that my energy is much more depleted. By the end of the day, I am definitely dragging, and I can just tell that I'm getting there in the prep. And it's much, much better than it was when I was eating carbs. But no matter what dieting protocol you're going to follow, when you get towards the end of a contest prep and your calories are low and you've been super strict, you're training hard, you're lifting hard, it's just going to get hard, okay? Like, let's be honest. That's just, no matter what diet you're going to do, that's going to happen. I will say that my lifts have continually gone up. I hit a PR on sumo deadlifts yesterday, which was pretty cool. So I'm still hitting PRs, which is awesome. A lot of that is mindset, like going to the gym, saying, okay, I'm not gonna go light, even though I know I'm tired and I'm at a deficit. Just pushing through is key. But I can tell that I'm going to benefit from kind of ramping up calories strategically in the sense of a refeed, which is what I'm going to talk about today. So my first competition is on the 28th of this month. It's in Georgia. I'm going to have a keto refeed that Friday before. So the show's on Saturday, keto refeed on Friday before to fill out for the show. And then I want to have 2 weeks of trial test refeed days to really kind of fine-tune the sodium count and fine-tune the macronutrient ratio breakdown of those refeeds to really get things dialed in. So my first test refeed was today. Today, I consumed an extra 687 calories, I believe. My macros for today were 2,563 calories, of which 207 grams were fat, 21 grams of total carbs, and 147 grams of protein. That breaks down to about 73.5% of my calories coming from fat. That meal, this is all coming from my Macros Plus. I had a couple coffees this morning with a total of 6 tablespoons of Nut Pods almond creamer. I had 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, and then I had 1 large OMAD meal, which was 1 keto brick and ketogenic fathead pizza, which was made using liverwurst, 1 egg, 80-20 ground beef, venison, almond flour, anchovies, and this really natural cheddar that I found at Whole Foods. So that was what my meal was today. I'll put a clip of that in here now. Boom. Boom, look at that finished product. So freaking delicious. Fogging up my camera. Doesn't that look delicious? Now, the pizza was amazing. Like, I'm at the point now where food is just a wondrous thing. Like, you take the time to smell your food. You take the time to enjoy every bite. You make sure you don't leave any scraps. Like, I'm appreciative of food at this point in the prep, for sure. So basically, I consumed that meal. I laid down for a minute. What's crazy is that I tested my blood glucose in ketones before the meal. I took a picture of those numbers. Let me show you what I got there. So, I don't know if you can tell if that's going to focus, but I hit 70 on the blood glucose and 4.1 on the blood ketones. This was before the meal. So, after the meal, I hit 63 on the blood glucose and 4.3 on the blood ketones. So pretty crazy. I'm not taking in any exogenous ketones. I'm not doing anything of that nature. I'm just getting things dialed in, and I'm that deeply adapted in ketosis. So it's pretty obvious that I'm not sneaking in a bunch of carbs, especially if I'm hitting that high of a blood ketone count. So I'm very excited about that. Now, what am I looking for with this keto caloric refeed? Basically, I want to fill out. I want to have a little bit more energy coming in. I want to see how my body responds to that increase in calories coming from proteins and fats and that increase in sodium. I bumped up my daily sodium by about 1,500 or 2,000 total milligrams, and I took pictures this morning. I just got my posing trunks in the mail, so I took pictures with the posing trunks, and man, they are skimpy. So I took those this morning before the refeed. Tomorrow, I'm going to take those same pictures the day after the refeed to hopefully see a difference in how I fill out, see an improvement in vascularity, and just overall body composition makeup. And then I'm just going to go about my normal day. I'm going to train legs tomorrow morning, etc., etc. You want to try and lift your hardest lift on days following the refeed. So had the refeed today, tomorrow I'm going to do squats. So a heavy squat day consisting of 13 or 14 sets of heavy squats. So that'll be a good use of that increase in fuel. What's interesting is next week is 1 week out from the show. I may experiment with a double day keto caloric refeed. I've never done that before in the context of getting ready for a contest prep. But here's my theory. Fat obviously absorbs into the body much more slowly than proteins and carbs, and it takes a little while to fully have an effect. So rather than having a meal like typically when you eat a bunch of carbs, you have a big carb meal the night before the show to fill out. I'm obviously not going to do that. In the past, I've had a big keto refeed meal of protein and fat the night before the show, and that has always done really well for me. I've been doing OMAD during the last several months of this contest prep, in which I train early in the mornings and eat that meal around 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I've liked that. I don't necessarily want to move away from that. So I'm going to have my keto refeed meal on Friday morning. However, I'm also thinking about adding in a second keto refeed meal on Thursday morning. So I have 2 back-to-back refeed days to kind of really fill out for the show on Saturday. I may play around. I'm going to try that first. Depending on how my body responds to that, I may eat again later in the day on Friday, but I feel like I'll be good with Thursday and Friday refeed meal. So that'll be a test for next week. Next week, I will update vlog footage, or I'll update footage of what I look like before the refeed and the day after the refeed. I don't have those photos yet, so I can't show them to you, or else I would. But I wanted to kind of give you an insight into what's going on from a keto caloric refeed perspective. Super excited about it all. I'm pleased with how my body's responded thus far. On one totally off topic, not really off topic, but on one side note, I don't know what's going to happen with these contest preps. I mean, there is a very strong possibility that my competitions will get canceled due to this coronavirus crisis. I actually had a client that was competing for the first time this weekend, and her show got canceled. So she found another show, and then it just got canceled. And there's several shows in the WNBF Federation and the INBF Federation that I compete in that are getting canceled. So it's pretty unnerving, honestly. Obviously, the bigger picture is to be safe and make sure that everybody does everything they can to proactively prevent the spread of the virus. However, just strictly speaking from a contest prep perspective, having that hard date on the calendar and knowing that come hell or high water, you're stepping on stage this day, that's one of the main anchor points that keeps you motivated and keeps you on track mentally and emotionally during a contest prep when things get hard. And it's very difficult to not have that solidity anymore because you don't know if the contest is even going to be standing. So it's kind of scary, honestly. I don't like that uncertainty that just overshadows my every decision. I have to kind of think and know that all the other competitors are going through the same thing, and then just use that and leverage that and know that I'm going to give it my all. And whether or not they do or not is up to them, but I have to dig deep and just keep on pushing as if the show will go on, because that's the only way that I know to do it. So Kind of a side topic there, but I want to throw that in this vlog because that's been a big topic of discussion this week. So yeah, that said, I'm calling it a wrap for this video. I will see you next week for week 20 of the Keto Contest Prep. Toodaloo.